All right guys, so just got done with the snatch workout, tracking my progress on my Whoop app there, and that's what the topic of today's video is gonna be. Welcome back guys, Rodrigo here, Breakfast Club CTG, we back in this beat. Today we're talking about the Whoop Strap 3.0 6 months later. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, we're back. So we kind of transitioned, we got showered up, cleaned up. Let's go ahead and jump into kind of an overview of this Whoop strap. So let's start with the physical bad boy here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically this is the band, guys. This is what actually tracks everything. This is the heart rate sensor. Ooh, let me back up a little bit. The Whoop Strap 3.0 is basically a fitness tracker with no screen. You guys might be familiar with the Fitbits, with Apple Watches, etc. This is basically the performance steroid version of that with no fancy bells and whistles. This literally just tracks your performance, gives you your data and analytics, and then you take action and perform off of it. That's the simplest form that I can put this bad boy into. So if that's exactly what you guys are looking for, the Whoop Strap is for you. If you guys are looking for more of like a techie iPhone smartwatch type thing, don't even bother looking at this thing. This thing is literally far from that, but that's exactly why I love it. I already have an iPhone, I have an iPad, I have so much technology already, computer, that I just need something that just gives me a break. Like literally this just tracks my fitness, my sleep, my recovery, and that's exactly what I needed it to do, and that's all it does. Nothing fancy here. It is fancy and just super scientific and technical in terms of like the algorithm and how it tracks it, but in terms of like fancy bells and whistles, this doesn't have it, and honestly that's exactly why I bought it. So first off, this is the Whoop Strap 3.0 with a pro knit band. It literally just clasps over it. I'm sure a bunch of you guys are wondering how it works, but basically it's a band here. As you guys can tell, it's kind of stretchy on the inside. You got this rubber pattern coating here that sticks around your arm, and then this is more of like an adhesive, like sticky part here, kind of gives you some grip. And then it goes through one end here, through the bottom, out the other top, and then boom. And then over here, it's like a metal little clasp. It clasps onto this little clip here, bringing the band around, tightening everything, and then boom, holding everything together. Believe it or not, my wrist is not gonna fit through that, but it stretches and that's why it works. And then back here is like the little sensor. You wanna have that right on your wrist here. As you guys can tell, I have a pretty gnarly Whoop tan is what I'm gonna call it. From wearing it during the summer, etc. Basically, you just throw it around your arm and like so. Throw it around your arm like this. Strap it, and boom, you're good to go. No fancy bells and whistles. That's literally it, guys. You guys want to have it a little bit snug so it actually reads your heart rate. Little thing I've noticed with this is that once in a while it's a little too tight and it might feel uncomfortable, so you kind of like try to move this and adjust it, but that's just if you have it a little too tight. If that's the problem, just loosen it a little bit and boom, you're good to go. This is washable and waterproof, so you guys can take a shower with it, go swimming with it, which is awesome. You don't have to worry about anything like that, especially if you're having a ton of activities and just have a ton of, you know, sweat going on. You can shower with this, you're gonna be good. Doesn't smell whatsoever, so that's always a plus. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you guys is the battery pack. In terms of reviews that I've seen, they've never shown the battery pack, and if I was buying this, I would definitely want to know how the hell you charge this thing, what it looks like, etc. So basically, the battery pack is this thing right here. Give it a little 360. It has these little indicators here that tell you how much battery is on this in terms of the actual battery pack before you charge the battery pack, and then whether or not it's actually juicing your Whoop. But basically that's what the inside looks like. As you guys can tell, on the inside there's these little metal rods there, boom, boom. And this literally just slides right over your Whoop. And right here on the Whoop is the little metal, like metal adaptive thingy-mabobs. That's where the little battery straps into. So Whoop, this has a Whoop on the bottom. That's gonna go match your strap. So wherever your little clasps goes down, that's where you're gonna have the Whoop side down. You literally just slide it on like this. Boom. Here's another angle here. Boom. And then if you tap it, you guys can see that light up. You guys are gonna see that light up. That just means it's charging and it's good to go. Literally, you can go about your day, activity, sleep, whatever, with this thing charging. I kind of have a rule of thumb. As soon as it gets to 30%, I throw this on at night and charge it. Sometimes I have noticed that like early in the day, it's gotten down to 20 to 15%, and it's lasted the whole day. As soon as I got home, I charged it, but this battery pack is so small and lightweight that you're not gonna feel it. It's not really gonna get in the way. It is a little clunky and bulky, but even then, it's still pretty small. It almost is just the size of like a normal watch in a way, just a tiny bit bigger, but you just slide it off. Boom. And also another rule of thumb is after every charge, I charge my battery pack as well, because I don't want to run out ever. I don't want to be like, oh shoot, my Whoop's about to die, and then you go to charge your Whoop, but your battery pack is dead. So that's never good. So I always just 30% charge it and then charge the battery pack when I'm done. Boom, good to go. Simple as that. Anyways, that's a little overview of the strap and everything. Like I said, a huge pro of mine, what I love about it is the actual strap itself. It's super sporty, gets the job done. No fancy bells and whistles here, just straight performance. Now I'm gonna go ahead and jump into like a little screen recording of the actual app here, guys. Alright guys, so this is a quick little overview of the app. As you guys can tell, my recovery last night was absolutely horrible, but basically, this is your guys' home screen here. As you guys can tell, I have a few activities logged. I have one, my sleep. That's from last night, time in bed, 9:17, etc. You kind of just go through all these little tabs here in terms of disturbances, efficiency, latency, etc. You got a bunch of analytics there, deep sleep, etc. And then as you can tell, I got a cycling. That was my mountain biking this morning. It tells you, you know, it even has the little map, the route, etc. now. Super awesome. It also is integrated to Strava, so a lot of Strava users love it. I personally love it myself just because it sends that data right over. And then as you guys can tell, that was my functional fitness workout. That was my CrossFit workout. But basically, whenever you're gonna do an activity, you can go over here, you go to Strength Coach, and then from there you choose your activity, select it, and then start activity. It starts a countdown, and then boom, that's how you manually track an activity. Now let's say you forgot to log an activity, all you would have to do is click this little guy here, choose your activity, the start time and the end time, and then select. And based on that, it's gonna do a calculation of your heart rate throughout that time, because keep in mind this thing's recording your heart rate and data throughout the whole time, and then from there it'll log how strenuous or hard the activity was. So not to worry there. Also, a lot of times people forget to actually log it, like I just said. That's one way to get around it. But a lot of times if your heart rate's through the roof and you're really like spiking and stuff, it'll naturally detect it and it'll say, hey, activity detected at this time. And then from there you can go in, edit what activity that was, etc. Honestly, you'll be doing random things and it'll say activity detected, just log it. Either way, even if you don't log it as an actual activity, it'll still take that into account until your average day strain, etc. Last night, my recovery was horrible. My day strain for the day is 18.1. Another thing about the whole app is, like I said, no fancy bells and whistles. It is fancy in terms of like the technical data it gives you, but basically it's just a swipe and tap type of app. So if you go down, swipe down, you see some data there, swipe to the right, that's the day strain, and then some more data there, day strain, average heart rate, calories, and then 2 activities. It shows my activities, overreaching, but I'll say blah, blah, blah. Recovery, swipe down, over, etc. This is my recovery there. Heart rate variability. Over here you got your sleep performance, which is honestly the main reason why I even bought my Whoop, was I wanted to keep better track of my sleep and improve it. But basically this thing tells you how you slept. It gives you crazy data. Time in bed. I honestly love the time in bed to actual sleep ratio thing that it gives you, just because it tells you like how you're sleeping. Maybe you were on your screen for too long the night before, and that kind of affected the time you went to bed. My performance was 87, 82, time in bed 835. Keep in mind that like that recovery is based on a few different things. So I still got good sleep. I woke up feeling good, but my recovery was a little bit down. It gives you little notes here, so if you're a little confused, it says despite getting enough sleep, your heart rate availability 0.9% below your recent average, indicating that your body's not fully recovered. So that just means we got to do some better recovery stuff, you know, maybe foam roll, maybe hot sauna, ice bath, etc. But those are a few things that you can do there. Also, back to, you know, my favorite feature, which is sleep. It has a sleep coach, so if it says I want to just get by tomorrow, it tells you, okay, decide your wake up time, and it'll tell you how much sleep you need, recommended time in bed, and then the suggested time to go to bed. Now I always choose perform, and that way I have a good idea. I'm like, oh shoot, it's already 11. Like, okay, I want to perform tomorrow. What time should I set my alarm? If you have that, you know, convenience, it'll tell you you need at least this much sleep, and you set your wake up time. Let's see, there, 9 a.m. etc. But basically your sleep coach is there to tell you what time to go to bed, get in bed by, wake up, etc. Those are just a few of the basic overview of this app and the interface itself. Alright guys, so now that you guys have a little overview of the strap, the actual app interface, let's talk about, you know, how the last 6 months, honestly almost coming up on a year owning the Whoop 3.0, and honestly guys, I absolutely love the thing. I haven't looked back. In terms of pricing, this compared to an Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, Fitbit, it's just a one-time deal. You're done with it. You don't have a monthly fee. Honestly guys, for me, I went with this because I wanted performance aspect of it. I wanted something sporty, and honestly, I didn't have the money up front to drop it on like an Apple Watch or one of those fancier smartwatches. So, and this was only $30 a month to get started, and I could do that, and it wasn't gonna put a big dent in my wallet, and I could still get all the awesome features. That's why I went with this, and I absolutely have loved the thing. So that's pro number one of why I love it so far. Pro number two, just it literally has one job, and that's to see how I'm sleeping, recovering, in terms of just my whole fitness deal in one place, in one app. Nothing like that's gonna distract me or deter me from my day as enough, you know, from my iPad, iPhone, computer, etc. This is literally only for fitness, to detect your heart rate, sleep, recovery, performance, and boom, it gets the job done. The app is super user friendly. I absolutely love it. So that's pro number two, is like it's literally just for performance and fitness, and they do an amazing job at that. They're not worried about getting your text messages up on this thing. They're not worried about putting a cool little photo up on this bad boy. Like, it's literally like, hey, you want something that's gonna track your performance, your sleep, recovery, this is the thing that's gonna do it the best on the market. Slap it on and get the job done. Don't think about it. Literally has a job, it gets it done, and it gets it done the best in the market. So I can't complain. That's also another thing of why I love it so far. Also, another thing I love about these is that the bands are interchangeable. So whenever I bought my Whoop strap, I actually bought a white band as well. I love watches and stuff, etc. This black band's super clean, super clutch. You can never go wrong with it. I ended up getting a white band because, you know, you have those outfits that, you know, you want to look cool in, and, you know, the black but just might not be looking cool. So I jumped on a white, fresh, clean white. You can never go wrong with that. I do not recommend you guys do workouts where like you're doing kettlebell stuff and the kettlebell or something might touch the actual strap, because it will get dirty. Luckily they are washable, so you're good to go there. But the white one I just kind of wear more if like I'm going on a night out and I want something cool and to show. That's just a little clasp there. But I do have the white band, which I don't have on me right now. It's actually in the wash, but that's another cool feature that I like, guys. They're always coming out with new colors, new different fabric textures, etc., and they look super cool. Kind of just switches things up. It keeps it fresh, exciting. That's also what I love about it, guys. Another thing that I absolutely love about this thing is going back to the whole it has one job, don't really think about it thing, is the battery life on this. The battery life is amazing. I don't know exact numbers, guys, but the battery life has never failed me. Like I said, whenever it's getting low, just charge it, charge the battery. Don't really think about it, but I believe I can go maybe 2 or 3 days without charging this thing before I actually have to to charge it and the battery's getting low. Battery lasts a long time. It's amazing. Also, it's super durable. I've hit this thing with a kettlebell. I've, you know, done a bunch of things to it. Like I said, you can wash it and get it wet. This thing's pretty rugged, and honestly, you don't really have to worry about breaking it, which is what I love. One thing I must say, guys, is that it does get in the way in terms of whenever you're wearing wrist wraps for workouts. I just scooted up to here. I don't know how accurate it's going to be at that point, but I just scooted up a little bit. At least I still got it on. At least it's kind of capturing some data, but that's kind of like the only thing. All right, guys, so to wrap up this whole video, Whoop strap almost a year later, 6 months later, a year later, whatever you guys want to call it. I absolutely love the thing, guys. It's been a game changer in my fitness in terms of recovery, performance, etc. I highly recommend you guys get one of these, especially if you're an athlete, whether it's endurance, CrossFit, etc. This is going to be awesome to add to your arsenal to just whatever is. It's just going to help you level up, and it's awesome. Like I said, it has one job, and that's to help you perform better, sleep better, recover better, and it gets the job done. No, you know, nothing fancy, messing around, beating around the bush. It's going to get the job done, guys. So this was no brainer for me. If you guys are on the verge of buying one of these things, pull the trigger, guys. You guys won't regret it. I actually have a link in the description that's going to get you guys the strap for free and your first month for free. So it's all courtesy of me, guys. It's a referral code. So if you guys do decide to get your Whoop strap for free and your first month free, it's going to help your boy out a little bit. And you know, you support the channel, the Breakfast Club. We're growing strong, guys. If you guys landed on this video randomly, or you guys are new here, I post 2 new videos at least every week. I've been posting more lately just because everyone's been showing a ton of love lately. But yeah, guys, I'm growing this community, guys. I'd love for you guys to come along the journey. I make CrossFit, functional fitness, lifestyle nutrition video, guys. You guys don't want to miss it, guys. Come along for the journey, the Breakfast Club. We're growing strong, guys. Go over to Instagram, follow me there, shots_G. Let me know you guys came from here. Comment Breakfast Club on any of my posts. That way I know you're part of the YouTube fam and you came from here. I'd be so pumped to see that. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. As always, Breakfast Club CTG. We out this bee.